Basketball's very first seven-footer scored just 20 points, ever.
Back in the 1940s, a 7'1" giant walked onto a pro court for the first time in history.
He joined the league's very first season, playing for two different teams in 1 year.
But stronger players kept knocking him flat, so teammates nicknamed him Timber.
21 games, 20 points, and a permanent place in basketball history.
A male scientist earned the nickname the Father of Mothering.
His name was J. Rosenblatt, and he spent decades studying maternal instinct.
He wanted to know, where does a mother's caregiving actually come from?
In a famous experiment, virgin female rats that had never given birth began caring for pups after just being around them.
It proved the brain is wired for caregiving before pregnancy ever happens.
So the man who unlocked the science of mothering became known as its father.
3 oil wells turned this farmhand into the richest man in Oklahoma.
His name was Robert Galbraith, and he chased land before he chased oil.
In 1905, he drilled deep into a quiet farm and struck a monster pool of oil.
It became Oklahoma's first great oil field and the spark that built Tulsa.
Locals crowned him the Oil King of the Southwest.
Not bad for a guy who started with nothing but a claim and a hunch.
It took years of arguing just to decide the shape of one book.
The book was the Imperial Gazetteer of India, a giant 26-volume atlas of an entire empire.
Its editor blamed one thing for the endless delay: a government that moved painfully slowly.
He described a single file that had to be passed to official after official after official for approval.
The joke in the office? The only person who hadn't reviewed the file yet was the bishop.
He paid for a church he'd never once see finished.
A wealthy Cheshire landowner commissioned a grand new stone church for his village.
But in the very first year of building, he suddenly died.
So his son picked up the entire project and quietly paid every last bill himself.
A year later, the finished church opened, a father's dream completed by his son.
It still stands in Scholar Green today, proof that some legacies get finished by the next generation.
Sweden's richest man left his entire fortune to a single city.
His name was Henry Dunker, and he built a rubber empire.
When he died in 1962, he was the wealthiest man in all of Sweden.
But instead of heirs, he gave it all to a foundation for one town, Helsingborg.
That single gift built theaters, a culture house, arenas, the city he loved.
Decades later, his fortune is still upgrading the city, long after he's gone.
Enemy code breakers cracked everything the U.S. sent, except one language.
It wasn't a machine or a cipher. It was the Navajo language, spoken aloud.
Just 29 young Marines built a code no outsider could decipher.
Its tones and grammar were so alien it had no written form to steal.
The code carried the Pacific War and stayed secret until 1968.
One of those 29, Chester Nez, was the very last to survive.